What's up, guys? Fearlessfront doing a little summer update for you today. Got a lot of stuff to cover. First thing I want to tell you, Fearlessfront stickers are in. I got about 300 of these things, and I'm actually giving them away this time around. And the way you can get your greedy little hands on some of these is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. Basically what that means is you get yourself 2 envelopes. You're going to take one, the first one, write your address as if you're writing a letter to yourself in the center of the envelope, put a stamp on it. Do not put a return address. Fold that puppy in half. Take another envelope, write my address, which is on the bottom of your screen or in the description below. Write that on the center of the address bar. Put a stamp, put your return address on it. Take your envelope that you wrote out to yourself, stick it in the envelope you wrote out to me, fold it up, stick it in the mail. I'll get this envelope in the mail. I'll take your addressed envelope out with the stamp on it, and I will take a couple Fearlessfront stickers, jam them in the envelope for you, seal it back up, stick it back in the mail, and you'll get them in a couple of days. The reason I'm doing it this way is it keeps the cost down on my end. Usually if I sell them, I have to sell it with the cost of a stamp, the envelope, and the stickers, which all cost me money. Doing it this way allows me to give them to you for free, and I'm out minimal money. So if you want to do that, go for it. If you want to buy them, I will have them up for sale shortly. But let's get on with some updates here. The Redneck side-by-side, not much has changed. I did put a brake rotor guard on the back that's actually removable. And this actually was a belt pulley guard for an MTD lawnmower deck. And I just kind of welded it on there so you can actually take this part off and still service the brake mechanism and everything. Besides that, I did put a floorboard in, and that was pretty much the extent of the modification since the last video. I've put about an hour worth of time on this, just riding around with the wife and kids. It's been pretty fun. They all seem to like it. Also been working on getting the Mud King's tractor up and running again. He actually filleted the rear pulley in a way that I've never seen done before. He had a die-cast pulley on the back, and it actually chopped itself completely in half. So I went ahead and put a steel pulley up under there, which you can kind of see right there. Same size it was before. And I actually had to lift his transaxle. You can see the lift box right there in the middle of the screen. I lifted about an inch to get the pulley to line up properly, so that problem won't be a problem again. I'm going to put another 6-inch pulley up under the front, which I have. I just got to weld up and install. So this thing will actually be a bit faster than it was when he gave it to me, and it'll also have a lot better belt friction in the water. Something else I'm working on here is a Facebook friend of mine dropped this off. His name is Garrett, and he wanted me to put some finishing touches on his machine here. As you can see, there's no wheels on it right now. It's a Craftsman chassis. I believe it's a Murray hood, and he is fortunate enough to have the Generation 2 steering, Craftsman steering down in there, because I'm not a big fan of these Craftsman chassis at all. If you don't have the Gen 2 steering, the steering really sucks, and the clutch mechanism is an expansion style rather than a compression style, and it's right up against the front pulley, so it makes it hard to pulley swap them. So they're kind of a pain in the ass to work on until you modify the shit out of them, but after that, they're just as good as any mud mower. You can see we're going to do a larger front tire modification by welding the spindles up with bolts, and I'm going to install these for him. This model came equipped with an MST 206 transaxle, so it's a 6-speed oil-filled transaxle, which is a really good transaxle in my opinion. 3/4 inch shaft. He's got a 6-inch pulley on the back. I'm going to be reinstalling that thing in the back. He's also got some tires over here that he gave me to put in. They're 22/11 10s. So honestly, they are a little big for my liking for a 3/4 inch axle. I usually tell people, you know, if you don't want to break things constantly, go with a 20-inch mud tire. Just to be on the safe side. It's not that you can't run 22-inch tires on a 3/4 inch axle, it's just if you're going to do 5th gear clutch bombs in a mud hole, totally buried, and you know you got the suction and the pulley swap ratio and everything like that coming into play, chances are you're going to strip teeth off of one of your gears. Usually it's on the 5th gear mechanism because those gears are really small and they can't take a lot of stress. But just something to think about. I usually recommend a 20-inch ATV tire if you're locking a 3/4 inch axle. If you want to go bigger than that, then go with an 820 or something along those lines. But by all means, feel free to experiment. I just build my tractors so they always get me home at the end of the day. So I pretty much limit myself to 20 inches on a 3/4 inch axle just for that reason. You obviously can always go bigger if you want to, but that's totally up to you. So here's the new lawnmower that's actually going to pull lawn duty this year. I'm retiring the old red one because she's just had it with life. She needs to die. So this one here is the new dog in town, and it's got a 20 horsepower opposed Briggs, 42 cubic inch, IC Platinum, whatever you want to call it, turbo cool. Had to put a new battery on it. Been having some carburetor issues. I think it's dirty. It was sat for a year before I got it, but it's a hydrostatic drive, 42 inch cut. 20 horsepower, which is obviously overkill for a 42 inch cut, but what the hell, you know. Let's see if we can start her up here. Yeah, nothing special, but it'll be good for the lawn anyways. Here's the other thing I've been spending a lot of time building. This is going to be a storage shed for my machines, so I get a little bit of garage space back. It's 16 feet wide, 10 feet deep. Shed style roof. Back wall is 6 feet high, front wall is 8 feet high. I used to have it so it was actually 10 feet tall on the front wall and 8 feet on the back wall, but it seemed too monolithic when I was building it, so I actually reduced the height of both walls, which will save me some money in the long run on siding and stuff. But you can see I'm starting to get some of the wall siding up. Just been kind of doing this in my spare time, so it's kind of taking me a little longer than I expected it to, but we're gonna do two barn style doors in the front that swing open. I've got the makings of a ramp here on the front. I should be able to get 5 tractors in here. If I get one backed in there, another one backed in beside it, and the same idea over here on this side, 3 and 4, I should be able to still back one up onto the ramp and park it in the middle and still have room to kind of walk around and negotiate in here. Yeah, literally just a storage shed. It's not going to have electricity or nothing like that. Just some place to put my stuff, with a roof over their head so nothing gets rained on and rusted and stuff like that. So that'll be nice. Yeah, it's a nice day out. I'm going to try to get some stuff done. I got to work on that Garrett Kids tractor for a little while here, try to get that thing rolling. Then we got some plans for the Sears. I'm going to change the exhaust on that thing, as well as the Murray. I think the Murray might be getting a new motor. I've got a 28 cubic inch OHV Briggs that used to be on the lifted mudding mower. I think that's going to find its way onto the Murray, just because it's got a little bit more torque, but I think I'm going to build it up first so it doesn't explode. I'm going to put some goodies inside of it. I haven't fully decided on this yet, but I'm going to try to make an indestructible single cylinder Briggs OHV motor to put on that thing, and should have a little bit more pep in her step. But that's going to do it for today's video, today's update. Stay tuned for more updates on Redneck Side-by-Side and romps and things like that of that nature. Yeah, see you next time.